Hi there, this is Amit Bhandari of TalkCondo.com, and today we're with Dominic Tompa, who is the broker of record of Citylife Realty, the in-house sales team for Daniels Corporation, as well as the subsidiary of Daniels Corporation. So, Dominic, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a real pleasure to have you here.
So, before we begin, I wanted to congratulate you because the last couple of times we sat down together, first time was for the Wyatt, and then it was for the Lighthouse Condos East Tower at the waterfront, and both were tremendous success stories. Both sold very, very well in a very, very short space of time. So once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. In fact, the response to those was just overwhelming. We sold out on our initial launch, and it just really speaks to how well received these master plan communities that the Daniels Corporation has really built its reputation on.
Absolutely. Actually, it's funny you mentioned master plan, because that's one of the first topics that I wanted to speak to you about, because Daniels, it seems, are they're the pioneers of master plan communities in the GTA. It's almost like you've perfected the art of how to create the perfect, multifaceted, multi-phase master plan community, not just from a residential perspective, but also a retail perspective and public space, something that's easily accessible and enjoyable. So just to name off a few of the ones that are well known and that you've worked with, NY Towers in North York, then you have Daniels Era Mills, a very, very famous one, and then perhaps recently one of the most prominent ones is Regent Park, a very large one as well. And then we're sitting in one right now as well, Mississauga City Centre. So, and again, another one that's been around for a long time. So I was wondering if we could speak about Mississauga City Centre, when it began, how it began, and where you see it today.
Well, certainly, our roots, Daniels' roots here in Mississauga run very deep, and it really goes back to even pre-Daniels days when Mr. Daniels was one of the instigators and founders of the Erin Mills community, which at that time was the largest master planned community in North America.
Right.
Daniels is now, after Mr. Daniels left Cadillac Fairview, he started the Daniels Corporation 34 years ago. Right. And since then, what Daniels has really done better than anyone in this industry is build these master plan communities. Yeah. We have the talent, we have the creativity to really come in, and it's more than just residential. We're talking about mixed use, mixed income communities. We create great commercial spaces. We create great amenities
and public spaces as well.
And public spaces. We've really mastered the art of this.
Yes.
And so here at City Centre, this goes back to 2002 with our first buildings, two buildings called Number 1 City Centre.
Right.
And since then, this 23-acre community, we're going to be going on our 8th building called Wesley Tower. And it's a beautiful community right in the heart of the city of Mississauga, with a 3-acre community park, nice tree-lined streets, and you can really, walking around the community, you really understand why it's such a great place to live. You've got everything from the types of amenities around us, and, we've got shopping across the street with Square One. You've got a lot of retail in all the streets surrounding us. You've got Celebration Square that's just outside of City Hall, where Mississauga gathers for all of the special events throughout the year. We've got the Living Arts Center, which is the premier arts and culture facility in Mississauga. And one of the things I would like to mention with the Living Arts Center is that anyone buying at Wesley Tower will get an interconnectivity package with the Living Arts Center, where you'll get special access to events and screenings and previews. Just to get an idea of just what a vibrant arts and culture community there is here in Mississauga. So it's a really incredible community and great place to call home.
Amazing. So Mississauga City Centre, obviously, it's close to Square One, as you mentioned, but I'd like to touch on the neighborhood as a whole, because there's been a whole flurry of activity in and around Square One, but you've seen the growth. You've seen the growth around it. I mean, like you mentioned, a couple of the amenities, key amenities, I should say, not just for Square One, but for the city as a whole. Celebration Square. This area was not like that before. Mississauga Celebration Square is just, I believe, opened in 2011, but this area has been around before that. It predates that, and then Square One itself was not what it was it wasn't like this before. And then there's other key areas as well, key parts of downtown Mississauga. Where do you see it going down into the future? Like, where do you see, given what you've seen in the past, where it was and where we are today, and because of the flurry of activity, where do you see it down the line? Like, where?
Well, I mean, you've brought up some really good points. So this is an area that's really seen an evolution over the last 10 to 15 years. And when we first started this master plan community, there was very little residential immediately around us.
No college either.
And no, exactly. So today, when you look at it, you see, you mentioned the Sheridan College that just opened a couple of years ago. You also see that from a standpoint of transportation with the Go Transit. Right at Square One, you've got the Mississauga.
That's right.
Myway, that's right there. So it's become a community that's very accessible. And if you're driving, you're very close to the 403 and the 401 and close to the QEW. So there's been this whole evolution of this community, which is continuing because there's still so much more that's going to be coming to this community. So it's an area that today has become a true downtown. So as Mississauga has evolved and Mississauga has grown, this community has really taken that leadership role of becoming the downtown of the city.
Wonderful. And it's funny you should mention driving on the highway, because every time I'm on the 403 eastbound, I always happen to glance over, because it's Mississauga City Centre as well. It's just become so a part of the skyline, Mississauga skyline.
Yeah, for me, it's always the gargoyles of one tower that is so unique for this community. And you're absolutely right. We really have changed the skyline of this community.
Even the architecture, like Chicago building, is fantastic, and Limelight, of course. And so I'd like to come back now, drill it back down into the Wesley, which of course is the newest addition to this master plan community, the 8th building, I believe. What makes Wesley unique? I believe that the amenities package itself alone makes it incredibly unique. If you could speak to us about the amenities package.
Yeah, let's talk about the amenities, and the amenities are very closely tied into suite types as well. So let's talk about them, because what we try to do is really look at who's buying in our communities, who's moving into the Mississauga City Centre, and then really tailor that building to those demographics. So a few things that you can expect in all of our buildings. You're going to get 24-hour concierge, and it's going to be a great party room. But some of the unique amenities that we've introduced to Wesley Tower, one is we're going to put in a half-court gym. And this is the genesis of this was we had put in a full-court gym in Limelight here just off Living Arts, and we've just seen just how used it gets. And I refer to it as a half-court gym because I don't want to talk about it as a basketball court, because although it's one of the things that you'll see people in activity in it, you'll see so much more. Everything from dance to children's parties. It's a facility that gets used every single day, which is what we try to do with our amenities, is to create amenities that really truly extends the living space of our residents. Another thing we're doing with Wesley Tower that's very unique is we're putting in a kids zone, and that's in recognition of just how many young families are buying into our communities and calling it home for a long-term plan. And so the kids zone will be a place where parents can bring their children, where there's active play areas, there's craft areas, there's areas where they can sit and read with their children. There's also an outdoor play area for them as well. So it's great. It brings families together to socialize, and you don't have to take your children outside of your building in order to spend time with them. So we're really excited about introducing that, and we'll talk about how that ties into the type of the suites we're creating as well. Another trend we found is more people moving into our buildings that are working from home. So we're creating a co-working area where if you work from home, you've got a place to come down to where you can work in a more formal settings. It's more lounge type informal areas. There's even meeting rooms, so that if you are bringing clients in, you're meeting with a client, you can actually book a meeting room and truly be working from home. And because we're seeing more and more people doing that, we're trying to create amenities that work well with that. The other thing we'll be putting into this is our urban agriculture program, which we started not quite 10 years ago, but very close to that. And what and this was a recognition that so many people who came in and talked to us about moving into a condominium had some concerns about not being able to continue their passion for gardening.
Yeah.
And so they come into our condominiums and they're able to continue that. And we've actually bring in the first year of the life of the condominium, we'll bring in a professional company that specializes in urban agriculture, and they work with the residents in the condominium in order to create a great program. And they're able to use the garden plots that are part of this program, and together they're able to develop this whole gardening community that in most condominiums that's just not something that exists.
You don't really hear of it.
These are the types of amenities that we're always looking at. How our buildings are being used and the type of feedback we're getting from our buyers as they come in and talk to us about the amenities. So we hope that with these additions that people will really find that these are going to be an amazing thing for their lifestyle in this condominium. And then tying that into the types of suites that will be available.
Right.
We'll have everything from 1 bedrooms to 3 bedrooms. So we recognize that we have a real mix of everything from first-time buyers to the move-up buyer looking for a suite that's a little bit larger in 2 bedrooms or 2+ den. But we also have that young family who actually needs 3 bedrooms for their children, and we'll have a 3-bedroom that's on the southeast corner of the building with beautiful views overlooking the city. And and again, it's just something that we're growing, and we are always trying to create both the suite types and the amenities to truly fit in with who's buying into these buildings.
That's amazing. It really is. So, what about key dates for the?
So we're going on sale very soon. So
Okay.
we're going on sale in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be starting construction of Wesley Tower this fall in early October or November, with move-ins happening in summer of 2020. And I know you're very familiar with us because you've for years been a part of our family of top producing sales representatives. But Daniels has been very committed all the time to really giving buyers certainty of dates,
of course,
so that when we tell them they're moving in the summer of 2020, we really try to commit to making that happen. And that helps as a buyer. All the planning that's involved in making a move like this, you can have some comfort in knowing that we're going to meet these targets.
And you've been pretty much bang on with everything that you've been involved with. If we have any clients that are interested in purchasing at the Wesley, what would you recommend they do?
Well, this is a time for them to get a hold of you. This is, you've been a part of our very small and exclusive group of top producing agents for a long time now, and it's a relationship that Daniels Corporation truly appreciates, because
so do we.
With it's working with agents like yourselves who are so knowledgeable in the industry. We know that when your clients come to us, they're coming informed, understanding the market, that you've educated them on everything involved in buying a condominium, you've educated them on the community. And that's something that's really special for your clients, because they're really getting a top level of service. And then that really transfers to us, because it makes our job that much easier as well. Absolutely. So this is a time for them to get hold of you, because there's going to be a huge demand on this community. It's been a couple of years now since we sold the building here, so there's been there's quite a bit of pent-up demand for this community. So we're expecting a really large response here.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Dominic. Really,
it's been
really
a real pleasure. Thank you very much.
Take care.